Alright everybody, and welcome to a Let's Look At for a playtest for the game Demon Bluff. Demon Bluff is I believe it's a roguelike card deck builder where you play the game based off of logic puzzles. And if you guys know anything about me, I struggle with logic puzzles all the time, so this is going to be very entertaining and or frustrating, or maybe a little bit of both. But anyways, we're going to read our Steam store description, and we will get into our gameplay, just like we always do. So, Demon Bluff. The cards lie. In this single-player social deduction game, you've gathered all the villagers for a ritual to find out who is evil. The demons will lie and try to deceive you. Will you see through their bluff? And the developer and publisher is Umi Art. Okay. Wait, didn't we play something by Umi Art? I feel like we did. Was there anything else by Umi Art? Or maybe I just recognized the name this time around. I think, yeah, it's their only game. Okay. It just seems similar to something else that we looked at. But yeah, it's time. Let's go ahead and throw this up and see what we can do. Play the demo here. Standard. Reach the final village and die as few times as you can along the way. Each village unlocks new, unique characters. This is Ascension 1. Best score is 0. We have to get Ascension 4 in Standard. I'm not too worried about that. There is one evil among all characters. Find and kill it. This is your deck. These characters can be drawn and appear in your current game. I need to turn the volume down a little bit. Okay, let's take a look at our current deck, and then I'll change the settings just a little bit. The Enlighten card will learn if closest evil to me is clockwise or counterclockwise. Learn equidistant or equidistant if evils are at the same distance from me. There are 4 villagers, no outcasts, 1 minions, and 0 demons. Learn how many evil characters I am adjacent to. Learn how far from me is the nearest evil. Learn 1 good character. I guess these are all goods. And then minion evil is I lie and disguise. Okay. First things first, let me just turn this down just a tiny bit. The effects were just a little loud. The music's good, I think, but... Okay. You can click on the cards to reveal their characters. This character... Oh, sorry. Excuse me. This is the character info. Use it to deduce who is evil. Most characters activate after the reveal. The closest evil is counterclockwise to this person, but be careful. Evil characters will lie about their role and info. Okay, so... we do know this much. We can mark things with different color flags. 1, 2, or 3. We know this person is potentially good, but we don't know yet. More info is right-click? Okay. It just pulls it up and basically it's the same. Doesn't seem like more info. Okay. Start executing suspected evil characters. Not necessary. Enter draw mode. We can draw stuff. I'm gonna draw my pentagram. Boom. Look at that. It's beautiful. Can we erase stuff? Okay, we erased it. Cool. So draw mode, I guess we could like draw lines to connect people back and forth. Seems pretty straightforward. Let's see. What else can we do here? Oracle. When hovered over, you will see information like bluffs used by killed characters, info from previous days, or order in which cards were revealed. Got it. Evils killed 0. Ascension score. Find and execute 1 evil character. Okay. I think we've got our goals established here. So, I don't know why you are... Oh, you're just 1, 2, 3, 4 counterclockwise. So we know that the evil is potentially counterclockwise to you. So let's pull this guy. Number 2 is good. This is the gem crafter. But she could be fake. She could be disguised. Next we have... 1 evil adjacent to me, so there's a pretty good chance that 3 is evil. Because 2 is good, so you're like, we could mark you as green and green, and we know that you're pointing to an evil person, which is counterclockwise to you, and there's 1 evil adjacent to you. So, what happens if we just click on the cards anyways? We can just open them all, but I assume you can go bit by bit so it's not overwhelming. I am 2 cards away from the nearest evil. So you are the nearest evil, but you're disguised as the other enlightened. Okay, I see. So there is literally no difference from the evil. It's just taking over. In this mode, you can kill the suspected evil characters. Click dagger again to exit this mode. We're going to use our little eyeball here and take out the enlightened because they're definitely evil. The village is safe. All evil characters have been executed. Next. We did good. All right, new characters unlocked. The medium, learn a good character and its role. Or the judge, pick one character, learn if they're lying. Interesting. Oh, excuse me. Let's start with card number 5 again. Confessor, I am dizzy. If I am evil or corrupted, I am dizzy. Village is safe. Let's go. We're so good at this. The Wretch. I register as a random evil minion to other characters. Or learn 3 characters, only one is evil. Okay. Let's start over here again. I like starting over here. If I am evil or corrupted, I am dizzy. You say I am good, so you are not evil or corrupted. You are marked safe 100%. The Hunter. I am 1 card away from the closest evil. If you are true, then this would make an evil card, so potential evil. What if we try over here first? The Wretch. I register as a random evil minion to other characters. So that means that... Okay. I'm just thinking this through. We know you're good. You're the Wretch, potentially. This still keeps it on high alert, because... if this said 2, it would be triggering off the Wretch, which means this is triggering off evil right here. So that seems pretty viable. Number 4 is a real Empress. Okay. Learn 3 characters, only one of them is evil. 1, 7, or 3. Well, Hunter says they are 1 card away from the nearest evil. Does that mean 1 card in between? I know I can reveal them all at once, but I enjoy working this like 1 piece at a time. I think it's more fun to go through like card by card. I'm 1 card away from the closest evil, so that means there's a 1 card gap. So the Hunter is actually triggering off of the Wretch, because you register as an evil. 1 is evil, 1, 7, or 3. So let's see what's going on with 1 up here. The Lover. No evils adjacent to me. And the Gem Crafter says 1 good character is learned. Number 6 is good. So you're good. That confirms you. That means that you're also confirmed good. Which means that 1 potentially could be evil. 7. Nope, 7's not evil. 1 has potential. We don't know yet. And then the Wretch is number 3, which is also not evil. Oh, wait. Oh, never mind. Because the Empress is registering that the Wretch is marked as evil. So number 4 is a real Empress. We know that you're good. Learn a good character in its role. The Empress is safe, meaning one of these is evil, but it's triggering off of the Wretch. So the Hunter, I was wrong then. The Hunter's got to be evil. The Hunter's the fake one, because the way this would work is when it says I am 1 card away, it literally means cards that are touching, not a card in between. Right? And then the Lover is also still potential, but I think the Hunter is evil. I think I'm gonna give it a shot on the Hunter real quick. Yeah, the Hunter was evil because it was saying 1 card away is the next adjacent cards, not a card in between them. All right, Twin Minion, new characters unlocked, and a Jester. Pick 3 characters, learn how many of them are evil. I lie in disguise, so 2 minions now. Hover over him and it shows who he's talking about? Oh, whoops, my bad. I should have seen that. Okay, learn one good character. Number 2 is good. Let's see what number 2 is. The Jester. Characters with this, you can click on this character to activate it. It's an action. Pick 3 characters and learn how many of them are evil. We'll hold off on using it right away. I am 2 cards away from the closest evil. So it's talking about number 8 and number 4 because I see its little arrows pointing at it. So number 8 or 4 could both be an evil card, potentially. You're probably good. The Medium, number 8 is a real judge. Learn a good character and its role. Pick 1 character, learn if they're lying. Well, I do like this because this could confirm from the Hunter that the evil could be number 4. 1 evil adjacent to me, or the Medium could be lying as well. So what I would like to do is use my Judge to determine if the Medium is lying. Because if the Medium is a fake and they're lying, right, would it work that way? Pick 1 character? Because if the Judge says that this person is true, it confirms this card as safe and the Judge as safe, and not a disguised Judge. Number 5 is saying the truth. So you're good. You're good. That means the Hunter, if this is a real Hunter, is guaranteeing that the Lover could be evil. So that's potential red. We don't know yet. We can still pick 3 characters with the Jester. The Wretch, I register as a random evil minion to other characters. So the Wretch we know is good. The Lover is probably evil, and that means slot 1 is also possibly evil. Learn if the closest evil to me is clockwise or counterclockwise. Closest evil is counterclockwise. Okay. Active abilities can lie. Oh, there's 2 evils. They could be lying about each other. Okay, well in that case, there's potential that this could be evil and this could be evil. So let's use the Jester's ability to pick you and you. And then what about... Well, we don't need to test the Wretch because we know the Wretch probably isn't an evil minion. Because you register as a random evil minion, but you're a good character. We could pick a known good, actually. If we pick a known good, that would be safe. Yeah, I guess we should just pick the Medium between the 3 of these. Among 4, 8, and 5, there are 0 evils. Huh? Okay. So... Wow, that's tough then. Does that mean that you're... Oh, that's really tough. Oh, wait, hold on. That's confusing to me. That means the Hunter is probably evil. Because there's nothing that confirms his safety or authenticity, and the 2 people he's pointing to are potentially evil. Or, if they are good, then that would make the Jester evil as well, because he would be lying, I suppose? So maybe the 2 of them are potentially evil, because here's what we know so far. The Medium confirmed that the Judge is saying the truth, using the Judge's ability. If they were both evil, that wouldn't work. The Hunter is saying he's 2 cards away from the closest evil. But he's probably lying about that, because that would imply that the Judge and the Lover would have to be guilty. The Lover is playing out normally, saying that the Wretch identifies as evil. The Jester, I was likely to pick someone who was almost... One of them should have been evil, based off of playing off the Hunter. So if we were playing off the Hunter and we used the Jester, we guaranteed that the Hunter is evil. Because one of these would have had to have been triggered as evil for that to work. And then it could just mean that the Jester is lying. If the Jester is a fake, I don't know how that works, but I have a feeling. I know that the Hunter should be an evil one. That one was pretty straightforward. I think the other one would be... That confirms that the Jester was telling the truth. So it would probably be... You're good. You're good. You're good. You're actually, I think, good now at this point. Which means it really leaves it between the Jester and the Enlightened. But the Jester told us the truth using his ability. So I'm going to take the Enlightened out, even though we have no real knowledge. Yeah, the village is safe. All characters. Okay. It is really, there was nothing to confirm anything to do with the Enlightened. At all. Interesting. Bombardier. Oh, Bombardier. Okay. No, it's Bombardier. Lose if you execute me, and the knight is I can't die. Okay, so we know the knight is a known safe card then. The Confessor. I am dizzy? Alright, well... Get out of here. If you kill a truther, you lose 5 HP? Okay, good to know. The Gem Crafter. Number 2 is good. We'll get to you in a moment. The Knight. I can't die. You can't die, so we should just... Wait, that just means if you're being impersonated, you can be killed. But if you're not being impersonated, you can't die, so I won't lose HP for attacking the knight? Good to know. Good to know. Alright, next we have an Empress. 1 is evil. 5, 2, or 7, only 1 is evil. Well, we guaranteed that 7 was evil, so... The Empress tells you... Learn 3 characters, only 1 is evil. So the Empress seems to be telling the truth so far. And she just confirmed that 2 and 5 should be safe. So 2 is a known good. Lose if you execute me. Alright, we don't have to worry about you. You're safe. We knew 7 was the minion. The Jester. Pick 3 characters and learn how many of them are evil. We'll worry about that in a moment. Yeah, 2 is safe if Empress is truth. And if you're good, then you're good. So next we have 7 and 8. So we have an Enlightened, and we have a fake one. Alright, well we know this is the good one, so we should just kill the fake one. Closest evil is equidistant, so here and here. That's very simple. Village is safe, all characters have been executed. The Witch. You cannot reveal the last card. I lie and disguise. A Scout. Learn how far a specific evil is to another closest evil. Interesting. You're right, that guy. The parlor puzzle did get a little more difficult. Also, hello, Dumplings. Welcome to the stream. The Enlightened. Closest evil is clockwise. The Lover. No evils are adjacent to you, so you should be another good card. 1 is evil out of 4, 7, or 1. Okay. Number 8 is a real judge. Could be potential. You could be evil. The Wretch. Alright. Closest evil is clockwise. The Enlightened is checking out with the Wretch so far. The Judge, we could learn from the Lover here. If you're telling the truth, that guarantees that these 2 cards would be safe. Potentially. Or we could check it on the medium again. There's a Lover there. No evils adjacent to me. And then this should be our Witch. Cannot reveal something is blocking me. Or the Witch is blocking us. Okay, so. No evils are adjacent to you. You're a fake, most likely, because you're already got a minion next to you. So we can just go ahead and take you out. That's the Witch. So now that we've taken out the Witch, we can reveal the next card, which is Lover. Learn how many evil characters I am adjacent to. No evils adjacent to you, so you were covering for one of them, so you're also evil. The village is safe. Let's go. Now we unlocked Ba. 1 fake outcast is added to the deck view. I lie and disguise. Can I go to my deck view again, please? 1 fake outcast. The only outcast we have is the Wretch and the Bombardier. Okay. In that case, we'll start here. We have a Knight. Let's see if we can take you out. You're safe. You're a known good. Lose if you execute me. Alright. Pick 3 characters, learn how many of them are evil. We have a known good. Closest evil is equidistant. So you could be an evil. You could be an evil. I am 1 card away from the closest evil. Ah, okay. So let's see what we've got. Number 8 is good, and then a judge. So the judge is going to come in handy here. Number 8 is good. Alright, we know the knight is a guaranteed safe card. The knight is guaranteed perfectly safe. 100%. We have a fake outcast. We know one of these is fake. Closest evil is equidistant. If this is the fake one, then this jester would also be fake. You're 1 card away from the closest evil, so it's seeming like this card right here is a fake. Because so far, just based off of the odds, we should test the Enlightened to see if the Enlightened is telling the truth. That's what I'm going to push for. Because we want to know if these two would be guilty. Because if this says this is telling the truth, number 4 is saying the truth. So you're a known potential good. You're a good. You're a good. You're a good. That means that our 2 villains are the Jester and here. Unless, well, technically you may not be telling the truth. We should still use our Jester's perk first. So why don't we do the Judge to make sure he's not lying? And you. And then the Jester himself, right? Among the 8, 3, and 5, there are 0 evils. So I'm going to assume the Jester is evil then, because he's saying there's 0 evils, but you're saying there's an evil on number 3. You're saying there's an evil on number 3. And we know that you're telling the truth. So statistically, like, the odds are you're evil, and you're evil. We've unlocked the Slayer. Pick 1 character. If the evil is picked, execute it. Okay. Learn how many evils are adjacent to each other from the Knitter. Ascension level increase. Ascension level 1, final score 1030. Alright, there's 1 evil among all characters. Find and take it out. We are starting with 4 villagers, the Judge, the Confessor, the Lover, the Jester, the Bombardier, and the Witch. Let's start with number 5 again, the Jester. Next we go into the Confessor. I am good. We know you're safe. Guaranteed safe card. 1 evil adjacent to you, potentially the Judge. No evils adjacent to me. 1 evil adjacent to you. Okay, that's a little confusing. Oh, we have the Witch. That's right. Okay, so obviously it's one of the lovers that is... Oop, hold on. One of the lovers here is evil. It's probably this one then. Because... well, we don't know. How about this? How about this? Pick 3 characters. You're a known good. You're... wait, before we do this, hold on. Let's use our Judge to see if you're lying. Number 3 is lying. There's 1 evil adjacent to you. That means that you're good and you're good, which means you're definitely guilty. Village is safe. The Poisoner. At the game's start, 1 adjacent villager is corrupted if possible. Why if possible? What does if possible mean? The Bard. Learn how far I am from the closest corrupted character. But what is... corrupted is lie in disguise? Corrupted characters lie and their ability doesn't work. They keep their alignment. I am 3 cards away from the closest evil. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So it's one of these 2, according to the hunter. Number 6 is a real hunter. A Slayer. Pick 1 character. If it's evil, execute it. So we have a 50-50 shot right here. The Confessor says, I am dizzy. Okay, so the hunter and the confessor are our two guilty parties. Next. Move on. Too easy. Fortune teller. Pick 2 characters. Learn if any of them are evil. The oracle. Learn that 1 out of 2 characters is in a specific minion role. A specific minion role is just a little subcategory. Okay. The knight. Can we take out the knight? No. Known good card. Safety. The jester. Pick 3 characters. Learn how many of them are evil. We'll get to that. The medium. Number 2 is a real medium. Uh-oh. We only have 1 medium in our deck. So, number 4 is a real medium. Uh-oh. We Spider-Man'd ourselves. That's rough. Well, do we have a judge? Does the judge always appear up here? Is this like a thing? The judge is... I know he appeared down here one time, but we get him up here all the time. Well, it doesn't really matter which one of these we pick. Number 4 is lying. Number 2 is not the real medium. We put you on burn notice, potentially. 1 is evil. 7, 5, or 2? Cannot reveal something is blocking me. Alright, well let's do this then. How many of these characters are evil? Between the judge, potentially you, and then a known good. There is 1 evil. Okay, so we confirmed that... Oh wait, no, that actually doesn't confirm anything, now that I think about it. If the knight is corrupted, she can die? Okay, good to know. If 4 is lying, here's the thing about this. One of them could be corrupted. One of them has to be corrupted, because they're both calling each other real. But the judge, which I think we verified is good, because there's only 1 evil amongst them. I think 4... I'm just trying to think here for a second. This one's our first like thinking moment where we gotta actually observe. So what can we go off of here? Let's start with our known goods. The knight is 100% good to go. The knight is safe. We do not have to worry about the knight. The knight also does not play into anything else that we did. Excuse me. Now the jester could be corrupted because we are dealing with... Oh no, we don't have a poisoner in this current hand. No one's corrupt. Wait. Based off of this current deck, no one here can be corrupted because these people can't corrupt other people. Am I understanding that correctly? So there's no corruption here. Hello, Rose. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, this one's Ba. Cannot reveal something is blocking me because of the witch. Was that a bug? Did anyone else see that say cannot reveal something is blocking me? It's... Wait, am I crazy? I'd said that, right? Was that a text bug? One fake outcast is added to the deck view. One of these is a fake outcast. Yeah. Well, if there's no corruption, then both of the mediums have to be evil. Because the way they're speaking about each other is, she said she's real, and she said she's real. So, you're evil, and you're evil. And you were the wretch. Okay. Beautiful. The Plague Doctor. At the game's start, 1 good villager is corrupted. Pick 1 character. If it's corrupted, learn an evil character. Okay. So now with the Plague Doctor, if someone is corrupted, we can use... If we figure out, or we think someone's corrupted, we could use that to help, like, discover an evil character. And then we have the Alchemist. Villagers to the left and right of me, range of 2, are cured from corruption. Learn how many I cured. Okay. Fortune Teller. Pick 2 characters, learn if any of them are evil. The Judge, learn if they're lying. The Knight, can't die. Can the Corrupted Knight die? And they would still have been a good person, and I'll lose points for that? Is that something that could happen? 1 is evil. 2, 1, or 7. Okay. Alright, so we should stop trying to kill the knight at the beginning. That would be bad. Okay, so here's what we have. The Empress. I like playing off the Empress right here. The Empress says 1, 2, or 7 is evil. The Fortune Teller could pick any one of these 2 characters and tell us if they are evil. Maybe we use the Judge to see if the Empress is lying. The Empress is lying. If the Empress is lying, she could either A, be corrupted, or she's just evil. 1 good villager is corrupted. Pick 1 character. If they're corrupted, learn an evil character. So I'm going to use the Plague Doctor on the Empress here, because this will do one of 2 things. If this person is corrupted, and that's why she's lying, it will reveal an evil character. If she's not corrupted, it guarantees... Well, actually, no. How would that work? Yes, okay. Now that I think about it, technically the Judge could also be lying, because his ability could have been affected by the Plague Doctor. Alright, hold on. Let's continue to look around for a second here. Number 2 or 4 is a witch. We should use the Fortune Teller to see if 2 or 4 actually is a witch. One of them is evil. So you're telling the truth. Which means you're on notice. Right? Wouldn't that make sense? The Fortune Teller is also confirmed good. Yeah. Good mention. So, the Fortune Teller... Because, yeah. The Oracle said 1 of these 2 is evil. The Fortune Teller said, is 1 of these 2 evil? Yes. So we confirm that the Fortune Teller is telling the truth. We confirm that the Oracle is telling the truth. So she's not corrupted either. Doesn't that mean that the Knight... Well, technically the Knight could still be corrupt. Well, no, corrupted doesn't get identified as evil. I feel like we should use the Plague Doctor here on the Empress. I feel like the Empress got... If the Oracle is our other evil, then the Oracle would be lying and the Knight is good. Let me use the Plague Doctor on you. Number 3 is not corrupted. So she's not corrupted, and the Judge said she was lying. Yeah, corrupted is they're good, but they're lying. Alright, so now we gotta think this through for a second, okay? The Plague Doctor could also technically be evil. That's another possibility. So that means the Empress is probably evil. Or she's not corrupted and the Judge is fake. We know that one of these is fake. And she did mention number 1, number 2, or number 7. Oh, yeah, this gets real confusing here. I'm not gonna lie. I think it might be the judge and the knight are corrupted. Or not corrupted, evil. I think it's the judge and the knight. Well, we don't know because we can't reveal what this card is. Actually, don't we know what this card is? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We've got 7 cards. Let's take out the Empress. Oh no, she was good. I wanted to take out the Knight, not the Empress. Why did I click on the Empress? No, I just said that the Empress is probably fine. And I think it's the Judge. If we got number 4 and you were good, that means 7 has to be evil. 1 is evil at 1, 2, or 7. Oh, you know what? Empress was probably corrupted. No, she's not corrupted. So she's not corrupted and she was lying. So it's got to be the judge then. It's got to be the judge, right? Because you're the other knight. I'm still confused about how the judge was not... So he was corrupted. So he was lying about her lying. Even though we chose that she was not corrupted. Oh man, that's a lot of steps. So it was 2 fake knights that we had this time. Okay, so he wasn't evil, he was just corrupted. Which means she was telling the truth that one of the evils was 1, 2, or 7. We confirmed that 2 was good. We had no idea about 1 because 1 is the Plague Doctor. And then so we would have just had to guess between 5 and 7. Run score, 700. Lose 1 heart. On last heart, lose current score and restart the run. There are 2 evils among them. Alright, we've got a Slayer, Judge, Hunter, Enlightened, Scout, Jester, a Wretch, a Plague Doctor. We have a Poisoner. 1 adjacent villager is corrupted, if possible. And he lies in disguise. That's the Poisoner. And then a fake Outcast gets added to the deck. Poisoner is 1 card away from the closest evil. Pick 1 character. If they're evil, execute it. I am 3 cards away from the closest evil. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So one of these could be evils. Pick 1 character, learn if they're lying. Pick 3 characters, learn how many are evil. The Plague Doctor. If they're corrupted, learn an evil character. Alright, so let's start with here with our Enlightened. Let's just see what's going on with her. I think I would like to test the Hunter with the Judge, even though the Judge could technically be evil and or corrupted. Because the Poisoner is 1 card away from the closest evil. Yeah, if the Hunter is safe, then both of these guys are the evils. So I would like to play off the Hunter. I can check and see if he's lying or not by using the Plague Doctor on him. Four is corrupted, 3 is evil. So 3 is a guaranteed evil. That was the Poisoner. He corrupted the Hunter. So it was good that we played off the Hunter there. Now, for the rest of this, Poisoner was one card away from the closest evil. The Plague Doctor could still be evil. Or... yeah, because you're corrupted, so you're safe. You're not going anywhere. Let's do this. Here's what we can do. Grab a known good, a potential good, and... the judge. Among 4, 2, and 7, there is one evil. Among 4, 2, and 7, there is one evil. We know the hunter's good. He's guaranteed good. The Plague Doctor is confirmed good, so that means the judge is the other evil. We use the execute with the Slayer. Beautiful. The Scout was also corrupted. Because there were 2 corrupted people in this, but I had an assumption the Scout was corrupted, but based off of what she was saying, it didn't seem like I needed to play off of her. Let's go to our next one and see what happens here. The Counselor. Game start. One villager becomes an outcast role. I sit next to it. I lie in disguise. Okay. Doppelganger. Game starts. I disguise as a good villager currently in play. Huh? I'm a little confused on that one. Alright, we have a knight. We don't have corruption. So we can attempt to stab our knight. What? Wait, how do we have corruption? Because we have a freaking Plague Doctor! I'm so dumb! Why did I'm so dumb. I forgot that we had a Plague Doctor. Yeah, my bad. There he is, too. Son of a gun. Well, can we pick the dead character now since we killed them? Number 3 is evil, number 7 is corrupted. I just wanted to gamble here, because in my head, I was like, there's no way the Plague Doctor is going to trigger the evil on the Wretch. There's no way. I looked at our deck, I saw that we had a Wretch in here. Where is she? Right here. And I was like, for sure, because there's 3 evil characters, it was a 1 in 3 chance that this Plague Doctor was correct. That it would choose. A 1 in 3 chance. And it still hit the Wretch. What, like... I took the gamble. And I was like, no way it's going to actually do that. Let's try this again. Okay. No Plague Doctor this time. We have the Counselor. One villager becomes an outcast, and you sit next to them. That's where the Counselor's going to be. He's one of the evils. He disguises himself. One of the outcasts is added to the deck view. So Counselor and Ba actually go well with each other. It's good synergy, but it's a little difficult. Let's see. Let's get started here. Closest evil is clockwise. Potentially could be true. Yeah, the Plague was truthful. There's a Wretch. Okay. The closest evil is clockwise. That potentially could mean that this card is evil. Learn how many evils. There's only one pair of evil. That means the evils are adjacent to each other. You're a liar. We know for sure this card is a liar. Right? No, we don't. Never mind, I take it back. Actually, no, I don't take it back. If the closest evil to you is clockwise, then you would identify this card as evil and this card as identifies as evil. So the Enlightened is lying or corrupted. Do we have corruption this time around? Can anybody be corrupted? We don't have corruption this time around, right? I'm marking her as red. She's lying. She's lying and we have no corruption, so it's pretty set in stone that the Enlightened is evil. At least I believe so. The closest evil is clockwise. Now this checks out, because the wretch is just a wretch. Which means there's only one pair of evil. We got to keep going for a little bit. I am good. If I am evil or corrupted, I am dizzy. So you're good. So that's a known good. No evils adjacent to you. Learn how far a specific evil is to another closest evil. The counselor is one card away from the closest evil. That would mean that there's a... You would be telling the truth, and you would have to be the pair of evil. Or this wretch could actually be the counselor. Because one villager becomes an outcast role, and I sit next to it. He lies in disguise. One fake outcast. Oh, wait, no. Am I understanding that correctly? Hold on. If I am evil or corrupted, I am dizzy. She says I am good. And she says I am good. So one of you is fake. No, one of you's not fake. One of you is the doppelganger. So you're also safe. Which means, I think the Knitter and the Enlightened are the evil ones. So the Confessors are, one of them's a doppelganger. Let's take the Enlightened out. You're the Counselor. The Counselor sits next to Ba. One villager becomes an outcast role and he sits next to them. One fake outcast, he lies in disguise. So that means that the Knitter, even though the Knitter is telling the truth here, they're still evil. Because there's no evils down here by you. The Counselor's one card away from the closest evil. We could just double check that real quick. You're saying the truth. We have no way to confirm if you're good or not. But the closest evil being clockwise would put it on the Knitter. So the Knitter would be Ba. No, Doppelganger is not evil. Doppelganger is an outcast. Next we have the Drunk. I disguise as a random, not-in-play villager. I am corrupted and I lie. I cannot be cured. The Druid picks 3 characters. Learn one random outcast among them, if any. Okay. The Hunter. 4 cards away from the closest evil. That's a lot. The Bombardier. Lose if you execute me. Okay. That's a lot. Gem Crafter. Number 2 is good. The Medium. Number 3 is a real Empress. The Judge. I would like to judge the Gem Crafter. 1 is evil. Number 1, 5, or 2. You're saying I am dizzy if you are evil or corrupted. Do we have corruption this time around? We have a Poisoner. He corrupts people. Adjacent to him, we've got a Minion and we've got Ba. So this Bard right here is likely to be the Poisoner poisoning this Confessor if they're corrupted. Or this person could just be evil and they could be corrupting the Empress and the Bard. Because the Bard says I am 2 cards away from the corrupted characters. So this could also be the Poisoner, and this could be the corrupted card. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to say, pick 1 character to judge, and we're going to say, is the Empress real? 5 is saying the truth. The Empress is real, which means you're probably corrupted. which means you're probably the poisoner. You're corrupted, most likely. You're the poisoner. There's only one pair of evil. You're 4 cards away from the closest evil. 1, 2, 3, 4. Interesting. I think the hunter might also be one of the evils. I think the bard is evil. I think the empress is probably telling the truth. Number 2 is good. The empress is... Oh, hold on. Let's start with this. Let's run it back the circle. We fact-checked with the judge that the medium is being honest about the empress. So we've got good, good, and good, I'm assuming. I think that the bard is probably lying and is the poisoner who poisoned the confessor to say, I am dizzy. The bard was real. Son of a gun. So if that's the case, then you are either corrupted or you are either corrupted. So one of you is corrupted. I am 2 cards away from a corrupted character. Meaning that there's only one pair of evil. So 2 of the evils are next to each other. One of them is not. If 2 of the evils are next to each other, I think it's going to be... Well, this is a little tough now. Because if this is the poisoner, right? We do have a poisoner. If the poisoner is here, and you're corrupting the empress, then it's not 2 evils next to each other. Meaning the confessor would be the poisoner, evil on its own. That should be... Okay, I got it wrong then. It was Ba. It's still likely to be fake because they were just evil, so the confessor was the best choice there, which means that the hunter is corrupted. Wait. No. No. The hunter's not necessarily corrupted. In fact, the hunter has to be one of the evils. 2 of these 3 are evil over here, right? Wouldn't that be the case? 5 is saying the truth. 2 is good. You're a liar. So that actually... Hold on, we gotta go back. You said 2 was good, but you lied. And we have nothing to back up your legitimacy. Jim Crafter definitely is evil. Does that mean that the Bombardier is... the fake outcast? Does that mean he's the fake outcast? I think the Gym Crafter's evil, because you said that the evil person was good. Now, the knitter says there's only one pair of evil. You could be lying. But if you're telling the truth, then you're safe. Which means I think the Bombardier is... I am 4 cards away from the closest evil? No. Hold on. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so the hunter's just straight up lying. Does that just... But he's not corrupted. What would have corrupted him? There's only one form of corruption, which is the poisoner. So the hunter isn't... How is the hunter... The hunter's not corrupted. I think it's got to be the knitter. But that doesn't work, though, because, the hunter... What is corrupting the hunter? That's what I'm confused about. Because we still have a poisoner, right? So the poisoner has to be... Hunter's corrupted. Oh, so the poisoner is one of these. Oh, okay, okay. So the poisoner is one of these. If the knitter's telling the truth, the hunter's corrupted, and the bombardier is the poisoner. Which makes sense because we have Ba, which adds a fake outcast to the deck. And then he disguised himself as the bombardier. Could the hunter? Excuse me. Ah, this is tough. This is a tough decision to make here. I'm struggling. Why can I not figure this out? I think it's the bombardier. I think he's the fake one. No, it was the knitter. So he was corrupted. I mean, I was gonna have to choose between. It was a pretty fair shot of which one to choose, but I did not get it. Let's see if we can beat Ascension level 2. Okay. We have Lie in Disguise, Minion, the Counselor. One village becomes an outcast and sits next to them. One fake outcast is added to the deck view. Okay, there we go. Bard confirmed that 4 was corrupted, and due to the outcast count, 9 had to be the poisoner. Never hit bomb, always hit bomb. Have I tried He Is Coming yet? No, I have not tried that. The worst form of a 50-50? Yeah. 1 in 3 chance of being correct. 1 is evil, 9, 1, or 3. Evils are not adjacent to each other. Greatest evil is clockwise, or closest evil, not greatest evil. A plague doctor. A hunter. I am 4 cards away from the closest evil. A wretch. You register as a random evil minion to other characters, so the hunter is either corrupted or lying. He's either corrupted or evil. We have a second Empress, which doesn't add up. We have a druid. Pick 3 characters, learn 1 random outcast among them, if any. And a knight. So the hunter's lying. For sure. He's guaranteed lying, so we should just use the... Oh, he's not lying. Okay, so this still works, though. I like playing off the hunter, personally. So, if the Plague Doctor says that you're not corrupted, he could be fake. He could be fake himself. The closest evil, he's 4 cards away. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, 1 is evil between 9, 1, or 3. Okay, so he's not lying. He's not corrupted. So the wretch isn't actually a wretch, because the hunter would have triggered off of that. He would identify that that was the closest evil. The closest evil is clockwise to you, which would make sense for this Empress to potentially be evil. Like, the Empress and the Knight could be evil together. Yeah, so if we look at this, right, the Counselor, 1 villager becomes an outcast role, and I sit next to it. So it's probably, the Hunter is the Counselor then, right? If the Plague Doctor is not evil, or faking his ability, then this would be the Counselor, and this would be... Yeah, that would be the Counselor. And there's no doppelganger. So I think the Hunter is the Counselor. Perfect. So that's taken care of. The next evil is supposedly clockwise. Evils are not adjacent to each other. we don't know this to be true yet, but we could actually, and I say that, we could have a doppelganger from whatchamacallit. So here, let's do this. Learn one random outcast among them, if any. How about this? Outcast could be a doppelganger. So we need to pick 2 known goods. Our best to pick 2 known goods. And then throw the Empress in. Absolutely, Anastasia. I hope you have a good rest of your evening. There isn't a doppelganger? How do we know that? There's a doppelganger right here, and it could be one of the Empresses. We only have 1 outcast, it shows in the top right. 5 villagers, 1 outcast. 2 minions, 1 demon. In the current deck, we have 5 villagers available to us, 2 minions, 1 demon. One fake outcast is added to the deck view. So if we only have 1 outcast, then okay, I see. So we're done with outcast. So the druid actually can't even help me here. There's nothing the druid can do to be useful. Because we know that we could only have 2 outcasts total because of the counselor. We had 1 outcast that we pulled from our deck. See, we have 1 outcast. Ba adds a fake outcast. And then... well, you know what? Can't we do something like this? Among 3, 4, and 5, there are no outcasts. So, the counselor sits next to an outcast role. Yeah, it's so confusing. She's lying then, because we know one of these is guaranteed to be the only outcast we have in the deck. So she's lying 100%. And then Ba just adds a fake outcast. I don't think we have anything that causes corruption. Oh, we have Plague Doctor. Okay, so she could be corrupted. This one's tough. This one's tough. She could be the one corrupted from Plague Doctor. Evils are not adjacent to each other. 1, 9, or 3 is evil. 1, 9, or 5 is evil. We've already used our Plague Doctor. Check this out. The knight is real. I took a gamble. Safe knight. Which means she might be evil. She was not evil. She was corrupted. All right. Well, we found that out. We had to risk it for the biscuit. It can't be 7 and 8. Can it? Oh, I guess it could be if the knitter is lying. The Empress cleared her? You would have been... The knitter was faking it by saying they're not adjacent. Meaning that it could be this Empress here. Because he lies. and disguises. If he lies, that means that... We know the Empress is good because of the Wretch making 9 and 1 good. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, 3 would have triggered as evil. That means this Empress is not safe. She's lying. 7 has to be evil because 7, 8, 9. Honestly. Yeah, okay, well, hang on a second. This is, doesn't this Empress have to be evil then? Or is she the doppelganger? No, we could have a... No, well, can the doppelganger lie? Only 1 is evil. 3 is identified as evil by you. And 1 and 9 were not evil. So you're technically telling the truth. So you're the safe one, to my knowledge. She said 1, 9, or 5 is evil. We never really verified. But if you're correct, then it would have to be this Empress. Doppelganger doesn't lie. Okay. So how do we know which one is technically... So one of the Empresses is evil. Because she can't be corrupted anymore. Because she's saying number 5 is evil. But we have no way of knowing that. Two is lying. Yeah. Two is definitely lying. We know that much. But then this says the closest evil is clockwise. But that would imply that the Enlightened is saying that this character is evil. The Enlightened is saying that this Empress is evil. But 2 is guaranteed lying. Is it just the Enlightened is still counting Ba? That's it? It doesn't like change after we discover one? Oh, it does say learn if the closest evil to me. Okay. So even after they're defeated, it doesn't matter. Okay. I thought maybe it was still applying it to there. So we know this Empress is lying. We know this one is telling the truth. We know you're real. If that's the case then, if this Empress is lying though, yeah, 2 can't be corrupted because only 1 can be corrupted. So it's this Empress then, right? She's a fake Empress? I think that's it, right? What do you guys think? Because we're going to have to wrap up this demo preview pretty soon here. She can't be corrupted. Oh, you're right. She is. Okay, because, yeah. That's fair. Yeah. Because she can't lie. Because, well, she wasn't corrupted, so that means lying means evil. Next we have Puka. Let's see if we can beat this last one. Game start. Villagers adjacent to me are corrupted. If possible, I lie in disguise. So she just corrupts 2 people. That's rough. The Gem Crafter. Number 1 is good. The Lover. No evils are adjacent to her. The Plague Doctor. The Oracle. Number 5 or 3 is a witch. Interesting. A Jester. A Medium. And the Confessor. I am good. She's a known good. She's not corrupted. She's not corrupted and she's not evil. She is a known good. That's a solid start for us right there. Number 4 is the Real Jester. The Medium is learn a good character and its role. Potentially Good news. No evils adjacent to her. We need to find someone who we think is corrupted. Number 1 is good. You're also guaranteed good then, Gem Crafter. You are cleared. Completely safe. Now, pick one character. If they're corrupted, learn an evil character. Pick 3 characters, learn how many of them are evil. I would like to pick these 2. And honestly, the Jester. Among 3, 2, and 4, there are 3 evils. Okay. So, here, I'll show you the deck view real quick. We have a Witch, and we have a Puka. We know that there are only 2 evils, so we should play Demon the Jester, because he is definitely corrupted. And if he's not corrupted, he's evil. So that's a guaranteed mark. So I'm going to take... I'm gonna hope that the Jester is good, but corrupted. Number 4 is not corrupted. Unfortunately, that sucks. He's an evil. Which means these 2 are corrupted. So if this is Puka, you're corrupted and you're corrupted. Number 5 or 3 is a witch. Does that mean neither one of you are a witch? You're just corrupted. Number 4 is the real Jester. You lied. But you're probably not corrupted because you're only there, so you should be the witch. And we've completed this turnout. Beautiful. Now, new characters unlocked. We got a Baker. Reveal 1 random unrevealed good villager becomes a Baker. Learn of which villager I was. Or Architect. Learn which side of the circle is more evil. Learn equal if both sides are equally evil. Nice. Ascension level increased. Alright, well, we're going to go ahead and stop it there at our Ascension level 2 that we completed. Our Compendium. There's still a lot of cards left that we have not unlocked. Holy cow. So there's this many demons. There's one more that we haven't unlocked yet. There's this many minions in the game. There's this many outcasts. And then there's 2 entire full pages of villagers. So that's going to be a lot. If I go here, we're still on Ascension 3. It just takes us straight in there. Alrighty, well, let's go back to the main menu. Cool. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this first demo episode. There were definitely some hard times, but most of that went along pretty well. It was quite enjoyable. It wasn't as like nitpicky as I thought it was going to be. It was very fun to just like play out. Like it didn't seem too punishing even when we lost, you know? Like if we started over, like I still would have fun playing this all over again. It's not a permanent punishment, you know? But anyways, very fun game. I would go wishlist it, and I'll keep eyes out for it. And yeah, that's going to be it for this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one. See ya!